It was just recently that a pastor in our area passed away suddenly. I knew he had a kind of a rocky history that began with sort of a meteoric rise. He had been fairly young when he, in essence, became a celebrity. He had a book deal, speaking gigs, notoriety, but honestly, by his own admission, he had very little spiritual maturity. It wasn't that long ago that he actually said, and I quote, "It was a recipe for disaster." He did an interview a while back, and he said that his early success had led him to an obsession with keeping up his image rather than his soul. He put it like this: I was spending a lot of energy creating and sustaining my image. It's so subtle. I'm trying to influence people for the gospel. You have to have a social media presence. He said that he eventually ended up isolating himself from many of his friends. He put it this way: I stopped pursuing friendships. Another way to say that, I stopped being known. And that was the beginning of the end. As your worship leading coach, I want to challenge you today. You probably don't have book deals and speaking gigs, but within your congregation at least, you can have a degree of notoriety. And it's easy to begin to think more about your public persona than about your inner life. You need to have time with God, praying and reading His Word on a regular basis. But you also need to have friends, people who can look you in the eye and ask the hard questions about your habits, your spiritual life. If you don't have that, find somebody. And I don't mean sometime down the road. I mean now. This is important. Here's the truth. That pastor I was just talking about, he committed suicide. He had been on the road to recovery, but something happened. I don't know what, but I do know that if he had taken care of himself from the beginning, he likely never would have ended up in the position that he was in. And I don't want to see that same thing happen to you. Get one or two or three friends who you can be honest with and who can be honest with you. Talk to them, be real, let them know the real you. That's not easy, but you'll be a better worship leader for it in the long run.
Brought to you by myworshipleadingcoach.com.
Helping you to be more fully equipped as a worship leader.